Love you guys. Text the number, be ready to join the team, and change your life. This is an opportunity. Not only do you get around a great leader and a great organization, but I really think maybe the next 5 years in solar are going to be pretty special.
They're pretty special. It's a gold rush.
It could be forever, but the next 5 years at least, what if it could get your family in a really special place?
Right.
And it will. What if it could create millions of dollars in the bank and be around a great guy like Luke and me? I'm with this team all the time. Me and Luke are brothers. We're together all the time. You would be with me all the time. We're always together. It is so crazy how just making a bold move. You said I'm a bold guy. Well, I was thinking you got to make bold moves. I've never seen anyone build a big life that didn't make a bold move.
Right.
You said something that scares you, something that you take risks. Guys, if you're like, well, I don't know. Well, if it scares you, it's worth doing. Dude, I wouldn't do anything that didn't scare me.
Yeah, there's death in comfort. We're either going forward or falling behind. And so, with that risk, you've taken a ton of risk. I've taken a ton of risk. Every single time I took a risk, it pays itself tenfold, hundredfold. It's that risk. Don't stay in that comfort zone.
Take that bet.
There's
every
nothing
time.
good that comes from comfort. Get uncomfortable. Do something crazy and wild and super uncomfortable. And there's this tremendous amount of growth. And here's the other thing, dude, you learn a whole new set of skills. You learn a whole new set of skills. And and life continues to unfold. Once you master those skills, and then guess what? You put yourself in another uncomfortable position, more stuff unfolds. And you're like, wow, this is uncomfortable. But now here's the idea. I used to shy away from discomfort. Now I seek it out. I put myself in positions and I learn new set of skills. And then I'm like, wow, dude, like a year ago, I wouldn't even imagine myself having these skills. That was really uncomfortable. And I'm like, I've mastered it. Now it's boring. I want to do something else fun.
Yeah.
I want to do something else that puts me in a position. And ultimately, what we want to do is create a space. You create a space to foster people and build people up so that you can change the world. And this is kind of cliche, might sound kind of corny, but that's what we do here at Solar. The art of persuasion.
Well, in your company, yes.
The art of persuasion, my company, what I'm going to do with these people. And here's the other thing. I work with these people direct one-on-one.
Yes.
It's not like, hey, come work for me. I'm going to assign you to these teams. And you might see me every once in a while. Like, listen, I'm going to show you how to knock doors and how to do it very well. I knock doors better than anybody. I'm going to show you how to sit at a kitchen table and take people that are saying, hey, we're not signing today. And then at the end, you're best friends and buddies with them and they're signing everything. And they know that we serve them at the highest level we could. And so having somebody that takes you by the hand and shows you that, I wish someone would have done that to me. I didn't have anybody. I did. I did. I had books, I had trainings, all sorts of stuff that I implemented. But I didn't have a guy that was like, hey, listen, I'm going to take you by the hand. I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff. And that's what they get with me. We get to bypass all of those setbacks. And I get to show you, hey, don't do this, do this. Don't do this, do this. And you get to straight track, fast track to success and 1%. And I'm not bringing guys on by the way, I'm not bringing guys on to be just sales guys. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing here. We want to build leaders. You want a huge team. You want to be looked up to. You want to make massive impact. We're going to create a leader out of you, not just to be a sales guy. You're going to master the art of sales, and then you're going to master the art of leadership, and you're going to make massive impact so that ripple effect will change the world. And it might sound stupid. You might say, that's kind of corny, but I promise you it's not. The art of persuasion, to get our ideas out there and to be able to persuade people and sell people on these ideas, probably the biggest, the number one ingredient and stuff to being successful.
Yeah, and can we talk about, when we say persuade, all we're doing is helping people.
We're serving people at the highest level we can.
Yeah, we're helping people help themselves, right?
Can
we talk about energy? Everybody uses your product, right?
Yeah.
Everybody uses energy. So you don't knock on someone's door and convince them to use energy.
Hey, would you like to add a bill? No. Hey, would you like to subtract your bills? Hey, would you like to save tens of thousands of dollars, have a predictable bill, and own your own personal power plant? That's how easy this is. It seems like you could go to everybody's house and just say that, and they'd be like, sign me up right now. And what I tell them is if you knew what I knew, you'd already have this product. It's a good thing you don't know what I know because you had already ordered it online. That's why I'm here to educate you, and I'm here to show you how this works. And here's the other thing. I don't believe in selling people. I believe in persuading people to make good decisions. Everybody's scared about making a decision. I got to make a decision. This is really scary. You're forcing me to make a decision. I'm like, yeah, but the decision, you're always making a decision. If you do this or you don't do this, you're still making a decision. You're making a decision and not making a decision to go solar is this. They're making a decision to have no control and no certainty in their life. Here's the number one ingredient with solar. They're making a decision to have absolute certainty.
Hustle Summit 2. It's right around the corner, y'all. What I want to do is get you in the room. Last time, Hustle Summit, the very first one, It was standing room only. We packed the house in less than 30 days. What I want you to do is don't take my word for it. Don't take my advice. Listen to what the people that actually showed up.
Information has been on point that you can go home and actually start doing right now.
We're part of Eric's coaching program, but his specific form of sales, he speaks well in teaching us what to do on these calls.
The energy is super vibrant. Obviously, Eric's bringing up all the heat here.
To get my frequency up, man, this has been the perfect place. High energy levels, man, and so it's going great so far.
The energy is infectious. The people, everybody's here is ready to get after it. Everybody here is want to make a change in their life or their business. You're walking into a different reality.
I know that he has a track record of doing this business at a high level. So salespeople respect high-level salespeople. Hustle Summit Live. Make sure you're at the next one.
And for those of you that are wondering, is this for me? Yes, this is for you. Whether you're just thinking about getting started in the wholesale industry, you're working that 9 to 5, you're in the rat race wondering, how do I get out of this? You may be a wholesaler that just can't get consistent results, or you're thinking about building a team and you don't know where to go from here. Or all you realtors out there wondering, can I get out of the traditional real estate and go into the wholesaling where I hear about these big, fat, juicy spreads that my commissions possibly couldn't equate to? If that is for you, you're qualified to put your ass in the room. And for everybody that's wondering, where is Hustle Summit 2 gonna be? It's in Scottsdale, Arizona, y'all, at the Lion's Den, Andy Elliott's office. I'm telling you, this is the place that you want to be. I'm gonna show you how to consistently make between $20,000 to $100,000 a year, like clockwork, so you can finally get paid what you're worth. Scottsdale, Arizona, the Lion's Den.
This is a deep human emotional need. And when you can give people certainty, like, you know what your bill's going to be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years. Like, you know it's going to be flat and predictable. And, oh, by the way, you get to own your own personal power plant. You get to own your own personal power plant. You not only get to own it, you get to save tens of thousands of dollars. Here in Arizona, by the way, dude, like, our average 25-year savings is like $100,000.
Yeah, it's huge.
Dude, it's insane. You look at it, and I'll tell them this, like in the beginning of the presentation, we're like, at the end of this, you're going to tell me it looks too good to be true. And when you tell me this, I'm going to increase the price because I don't want it to look too good to be true. If you tell me that, I tell them, I pre-frame them like that. And I say, and I'll tell you how it works. Mathematically, you're going from here to here, and it's flat and predictable. It never goes up. Like, what more could you ask for? There's a bunch of tactics and skills and stuff that we give them, and it's just not word tracks.
It's education.
It's education,
yeah,
but also
I've noticed that you're very educational sales.
Educational,
and you
but
teach your team how to speak and how to articulate this language you like to use too.
Yes, absolutely. But here's what it comes down to. Like, everybody's going to buy different. So it's not, you've heard the term, treat others as they want to be treated. Sell others as they want to be sold. Not everybody's going to buy the same way. Dude, if I go in there and I'm myself and I'm my own personality, I'm like super intense, I'm like overbearing, dude, I'll scare like 75% of the people away, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, you got to understand people. And we're not talking, when we talk about persuasion, we're talking about communication. It's really communication. And your communication skills will go 10x, 100x, 500x. If you have crappy communication skills, we're going to work on that, and they're going to be unparalleled, and you'll be able to effectively communicate with everybody. And it's finding out and identifying who the people are. There's 4 personality types. You're going to be able to identify those people in a heartbeat like this, and then you're going to be able to help them to where they're at, not like sell them as you sell, like, because people aren't going to buy shit, right?
Yeah, and you make these education salespeople. I mean, you make them. Like, that's what you do in your company. Like the welder, you said he wasn't a sales guy.
Dude, at all. No, at all.
Probably made more money than what he could make in 2 or 3 months at his last job, and he did it in a short period. Dude, he's in the learning phase.
In 3 weeks, and first week he made a deal. Dude, the last guy I would expect to make a deal, his first week, we popped a deal. Like, in 3 days. So he trained for 2 days, and then he went out on his own for 1 day, and guess what? He got a deal, and he got a deal. And that deal was like worth $8,000 right there. Bam. First week. Now, normally there's a learning curve, and there's a little bit of learning curve, so people have to be prepared for some sort of learning curve, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Right.
You don't have to buy into there's a learning curve. Like, listen, hey, I get things fast. I'm a fast learner. I'm going to adapt, and I'm going to be able to learn very fast, and I'm going to effortlessly and easily pick this up. And I know that I'm going to have this, and I'm going to be able to do this very easily.
One of the things that you said that I want to make sure that everybody catches on, which is huge, and you said it, and I go, dude, I like that. So I interview a lot of owners that own companies, and a lot of the times these guys have these positions open in their company, and people can go work for them. And most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, when they go work for this person in their company, they never see that person again. They may see him sometimes. They may see him at like a regional meeting. When you guys go and work with Luke, you work on his team with him every day, all the time, which is what I love, because you brought that to my attention. I was like, dang, I didn't think about that. If anybody literally comes and join you, like they join us, that they are with you all the time.
It's like coming to work for you, Andy, and then being around you all the time. So one of the things they get me. So I charge a lot of money for a coaching program.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
I charge a lot of money, bro. Like, if you don't work for me, you could certainly take my coaching program. But here's the thing. If you come and work with me directly, you get all that stuff for nothing.
Yeah.
And all the investment is the time. So there's always going to be an energy exchange. You're either going to pay a lot of money for it, which is smart, or you're going to invest a lot of time for it. There's always going to be an energy exchange.
But you get time and money with you.
Yeah,
because they make money, because you're
Dude,
making
a lot
the
of
money.
cash. I mean, you're talking about the welder, bro. In his first week, he made like $8,000. That was like in 1 week's time.
Yeah.
You know, another guy. I had some other guys out there too. Like one guy that came from New York. He's not 19 years old. He's already made $10,000.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like super. He's like more like my personality type.
Yeah.
But I can really like love. Actually, in fact, what I love is training these guys and then watching them. Dude,
Yeah.
it is incredible. Like you're like, wow. Dude, this guy picked up really fast. And here's the miracle: is like when you take the welder, and I was just role playing with him yesterday. I was like, dude, that was smooth. I was like, don't listen to me, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. You're having success. But here's the other thing. Here's the common denominator. And and I'm gonna frame this right now. If you're not willing to work hard, I don't want you. Don't apply.
Facts.
Don't come and work for me. Don't bug me. Don't reach out. If you're not willing to work hard, won't work, right? And we talk about this. You don't have to have special talent. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be good looking. You don't have to have any of these talents. The one ingredient that's necessary is to be a hard worker. That's it. That's a hard worker.
Yep.
I can plug you into the system as long as you're willing to work hard and apply what you learn. Dude, you're going to be highly successful. I'm a construction worker. Like I was a construction worker for years, and I've been making millions of dollars year after year after year. I was a construction worker before I found this, and puts it from a different perspective. Maybe you are a construction worker like the welder. A whole new level of gratitude. You're telling me all I have to do is walk around and talk to people, and you're going to pay me how much? Like, dude, it's a different perspective versus being like a career sales guy. Maybe you're a career sales guy. You know, maybe you're like you work in a car dealership. There's a lot of I have Mike and Jacob right now that work for me. They worked in a car dealership for a year, forever. They were like, what, 12-hour days, 6 days a week, dude? You're all there all the time. You're sitting around waiting for people to come in, making phone calls. You're working your ass off. How much do you make? You know, 120, 150? He was trying to make $10,000 a month. Now he's trying to make $10,000 a week. He cries to me if he's not making $10,000 a week.
Yeah.
So now it's a different it's a completely different perspective being able to have this skill. And here's one other thing. Dude, it's not like the sales skills you gain, it's who you come out on the other side.
Facts.
Like mental resiliency. So how many people do you know have mental resiliency? Like we've got to build that in them, right? Because we're a generation of instant gratification. Like we get everything we want with the palm of our hands. We're like, oh, dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the podcast. As you're listening to Luke right now, you're already made a decision. You're like, dude, this is my dude. This is my guy. This is the leader. This is the organization. Be ready to join the team and change your life.
But when you can like have this mental resiliency and this mental toughness, and you can be able to do hard things, what would be hard, and you can now like you enjoy them and you're good at them, it's a whole new level.
You're dangerous.
Yeah, whole new level.
Yeah.
You're willing to do stuff like that's easy. I've done this.
We always say like turn your annual income into your monthly income.
Yeah.
Like this stuff's real, guys. Like number one, Luke really operates with this kind of love, intensity, passion. He loves what he does. Build these great people here in the beautiful state of Arizona.
Yeah.
Right?
Incredible.
Like guys, it's gorgeous. And by the way, like that's like priceless. We're right down the road from each other. We see each other all the time. So when you guys come, you'll be with me a lot. You'll be with Luke a lot. We're heading to your office, I think, in 2 days. Or
yeah,
2 days from now.
I'm super excited to have you.
Yeah, like it's just so cool, man. Like the stuff that we do. But like this is like the ride of a lifetime. And by the way, like age for a minute. You could be the 19-year-old from New York. you could be 45, 50 years old.
60 years old. If you want
60 years old.
It just depends. Now, if you're, like you're walking around, you're knocking doors. So if you're like out of shape, you're gonna get in shape, or you're gonna quit. Like the only thing, if you don't like, if you don't like being, but if you're watching Andy Elliott, I know something about you. You are in shape, or you're wanting to get in shape.
That's a fact.
Because, dude, you will feel like crap if you're not, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, we work out, we do all sorts of stuff. We go to church. We have a kind of a not a balanced life, but a family. We believe in God. We work out. We take care of our bodies. We do all these things, and we're beasts when it comes to sales. And so, if you like that stuff, and if you love Andy Elliott, dude, you're incongruent. We're incongruent. We're perfect ideology.
Yes.
Everything that you do and say lines up with everything that we do and say.
Yeah.
So if they love you,
we're
they
the
love
same
us.
people, except for he has hair.
He's got a six pack. I'm getting there.
We're getting him the
there.
6-pack, and I'm not. And we're gonna shave his head.
I'm getting there, my man.
though.
I'm getting there. It's closer. I'm gonna just gotta add 3 inches to my arms, and I'll be like Andy. So and
It's coming.
shave my head.
That's happening.
Yep.
But I want to tell you guys, it's so cool. Every time I see him, he's always with his wife. Every time I see him, he's always telling me about all these stories about all these people, right? Because he's always thinking about his team. It's like when you have your team on the forefront of your mind at all times, it shows me, like, I can examine your heart really quickly, like where you're at. Yeah. And you don't ever say I or me. You were successful, and you are successful, but your success now has been, I think, reached out to just helping as many people as you can. And because you know the impact that you have on someone when they're in the proximity of you, I think that's why joining your team is like bulletproof.
Yeah.
Because if they're around you and if they're with you, number one, you're going to guide them. And it's beautiful to have a guide. Number two, you provide a map.
Yeah.
That like this is A to Z. And number three, you do all the heavy lifting for them. Like how many people have to go out, close their own first deal, do all their own things. And here you are helping these guys close their first deals to understand how this works, get things done, get a good check going so they can find their confidence.
Yeah.
So, man, I mean, dude, like with all those things, like all you have to do is show up. And by the way, like one of the biggest ways to change your life is to uproot from one place and move to another. Dude, when people move here with you, no one knows them.
Yep.
They can be whoever they want.
Yep.
Some of you
stuck with their family stuff.
Yeah, some of you guys may be somewhere right now and you're like, like you, baby, you can't change where you're at now, but like you can change here.
Yeah.
Like moving from Alex Hormozy was talking about the fastest way to change your life is to just move. If you just get away from all the old landmarks, the things that the people that didn't believe in you, all those people that have labeled you and they think they've got you pegged. When you move over here and now you got this new circle saying, oh man, you're capable of greatness. You can do this. You're like, oh my God, I can do anything. And then all of a sudden you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then you build this new community. And man, just a couple years of that. Yeah. Dude, I mean, you talk about like bloodline breaker, like changing your family. Like, dude, you're breaking generational curses. Yeah. And to finish this out, I want to say something. You've overcame your own obstacles, right? I mean, you've overcame. When you were younger, you went through problems, you had issues. You never probably saw a life like this back then.
No.
You never had a good leader. For anybody that's went through anything, any trouble, abuse, they don't believe in themselves, if they're willing to work hard, if they're coachable, if they're wanting a new life, total recreation, right? Let's finish on a message for them and how they can join your team.
If you are willing to work hard, I won't let you fail. Like Andy was telling you, when you're around people that are performing at a very high level and they're excited about life, they're talking about their dreams, they're talking about stuff they want, they're talking about their ambitions. You're not around those people that are, you can't do this and you can't do the limiting beliefs. Everybody comes from some sort of a limiting belief. Imagine being in a position where there's no limiting beliefs and they encourage you to be the best version of yourself. First, you got to ask yourself, what is the best version of myself? Do I even know what it is? And chances are, you have no clue, because life is about unfolding. And the more that you find out and the more that you discover yourself, the higher the dreams begin, the higher the dreams will go. And so what you can do is now you're in a position where you're around these high-level people, good, positive people that are all on the same path and that have these hopes and dreams and desires and beliefs. And you have somebody that's showing you a blueprint on how to make $1 million. This isn't like magic. Oh, you go do this and you might work. Like, dude, I have a proven blueprint. It's like baking a cake. If you had all the recipe to bake a cake, whether or not you bake a cake or not, you're going to bake the cake. It's not going to turn out to be a rock or a cookie. If you follow the recipe step by step, you will bake the cake. Ultimately, you'll have to do the action necessary to get that, but you will bake a cake. And that's what we have here, a 7-figure recipe. And I haven't seen it fail. If they just apply the principles that you learn here, I won't let you fail. You got to give me 100, I'm going to give you 100, and we're not going to let you fail. You're going to be around these people that are encouraging and loving you and wanting a better life for yourself. And that's ultimately what it comes down to, is surrounding yourself with people like that. That's why I love you, man. I'm like, dude, every time I get around this guy, I'm like, my energy goes up, dude, my goals go up. I'm looking at, like, that's what happens when you're around the right types of people. You're like, dude, this guy's awesome. And those are the people you want to surround yourself with. And to make your point, just to sum up right here, like, most people are around negative people. You're around family members. And I just had this kid, this 19-year-old kid, and I was telling Selena about it. I was like, I don't know. His dad's getting in his ear and be like, oh, I'm going to look up the company. Oh, you can't do this. Because his dad did the college thing and went and did this. And his dad's relatively successful. They live in Pebble Beach. I was like, normally I'd say don't listen to him because he's only making a little bit of money. You might want to listen and consider that. But listen, there's more than one way to make $1 million. And I figured out the blueprint. Has your dad given you that yet? Because I'm assuming if your dad gave you that blueprint, you wouldn't be looking at opportunities. You'd be doing exactly what your dad did, and your dad would have given you the blueprint. I'm going to give you the blueprint for 7-figure success. You're going to be around an incredible group of people. You're going to be around the Elliott Group. We're in alignment with these people.
Anything you need, guys, let me know. Make sure you reach out to Luke. He will change your life. Join the Army. Join his team. 7-figure recipe. I love it, man. This is your year. Time to change your life. See you guys in the next video. Hey guys, I just want to tell you, you're the true 1%ers. You made it till the end of the video. Do me a favor, share it with the friend that wants to go to another level. Make sure you like the video, comment below so I know who you are, set your notifications, and then subscribe to the channel. We got daily sales training videos dropping. I'll see you soon.